Well, hello again everybody, and welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, you're watching Firewood at the Furnace, and my name is Brad. And as you can see here, I've got an open trailer here that is now empty since I just unloaded something off of it. So a couple weeks ago, you heard me talking about trying to figure out a new way to load the dump trailer with this firewood without having to individually toss every single piece in by hand. Well, I also told you I was going to wait for a deal to come up, and what's meant to be will be. Well, something has come to fruition here, and I'm getting ready to show you that today. Tell you what my plans are going to be. I've also got a couple deliveries to make this afternoon, so we'll take care of that as well in today's video. But for now, I'm going to show you what the new addition to the yard is, so stick around. So I know you don't recognize that trailer there, but that's the company that I work for at my part-time job. My buddy Todd, that's his trailer, and I borrowed that from him last night because I was going about 20 miles up the road to take a look at this gem of a piece of equipment that I'm getting ready to show you now. And I say that with humor because it is not a gem of a piece of equipment, but I'll tell you what the price of it was, and I'll show you what it is. And I'll entertain all of your questions and comments. But here it is. I just unloaded it. This is a 24-foot grain elevator. And I went to look at it last night knowing that it was not in great shape. But everything's here except for the motor. And I'll explain that to you here in a minute. It's got he put new cables on it to raise and lower the conveyor. But here's the situation with the power. So it's got a gear reduction box already on it. It used to be driven by a electric motor. So my plan for this, and I had thought about this going in, is that one of my kids have an old go-kart sitting at the house with a 3-horsepower Briggs & Stratton engine on it. Both the kids are too big to ride it now. So I can easily steal the 3-horsepower Briggs off of that go-kart and hopefully attach it. I'm thinking, since from the shaft to the gear reduction box there's a Lovejoy coupling, so I'm thinking I can get another Lovejoy coupling to join the shaft from the gear reduction box and join that to the shaft of the engine. I know that which way the engine drives. It's going to drive this direction, which moves the belt forward in the correct direction. So everything is going to work out there. All the paddles are on it. It's just got a simple drag chain that drives it, one chain in the middle. The distance between the paddles is 24 inches. So my 16-inch average pieces of firewood will fit in there just fine. It's plenty long for me to put over top of the dump trailer to get the dump trailer loaded. You can see how much further it goes up. So these two pieces here, as you crank it up, they get straight. So that thing will raise up quite a bit more from where it is right now. I also have plans to fabricate a larger trough here at the bottom, kind of box it in so that when I'm splitting, it can come off the splitter and fall right into the belly of it and then get driven on up the elevator here. And just like I did with the old skid loader back there, you remember the condition that was in when I first acquired that piece of equipment. I have the same plans with this. I do have some paint left over, some of the red paint left over from the skid loader. So my plan is to, it won't be perfect. I'm not going to go hog wild on this, but I'll take a wire brush, maybe a wire wheel, and clean this up, put some primer on it and some paint on it, and probably paint it the same color red as the skid loader. And once that gets done, I might even put a Firewood at the Furnace decal somewhere on it. I don't know. That's getting ahead of myself here. First thing we got to figure out is getting the thing powered, and I know everything works, everything's free. You can turn it by hand. The crank works really well. The only thing is that you got to turn the crank a whole lot of times to get it to come up and down. But like I said, the cable's brand new on it. Everything's free and everything works. So that's where we're at right now. Let me know what you think. The first elevator that I was going to go and look at was $1,300. That's right, I haven't told you what I paid for this yet. But the first one I was going to go look at was $1,300. And it was the wider, I guess, like ear corn elevator. It has chains on both sides of it, a little bit wider trough. But I never made it to look at that because the guy sold it out from underneath of me before my scheduled appointment and never called me back. So, you know, I guess you deal with people like that once in a while. But anyway, maybe it was a blessing in disguise, because the very same night I came across this, and it's the narrower variety with only a single chain, which I think is better because you only have to worry about one chain breaking, not two of them. But I only paid $250 for this, and I figure it's worth $250 just in scrap. So it was a gamble on my part, but I think it's going to be a good gamble that hopefully will pay off. And I'll document this along the way, and, you know, give you little tidbits during other videos of what my progress is on this. But I'm thinking that my firewood deliveries are going to be wrapped up by the time this is ready to roll, because it is ripping out of here. You see all the empty bins, and everything that's left is already sold or ordered. Some of that oak over there that you see right there lined up, that's not ready to sell, so that's not going. That'll stay here till next year. But most of everything else is ready to go, and in the next couple weeks it'll be out of here. We're going to take 2 cords out today. I'm going to go get rid of that other trailer, hook up the dump trailer, and we'll get it loaded. All right, so we got the dump trailer all hooked up. I got rid of the other trailer, and we are going to load 1 cord of, I think I'm going to do 1/3 of a cord of ash, and the other 2/3 will be oak. This is going to a new customer this year who is going to use it for heating his home. And then the second load that we've got going out is for another cord, and it's actually going to another new customer who is his next door neighbor. So 2 new customers basically at the same address, right next door to each other. 2 cords of firewood going out. So here we go. We are. 1 full cord of mostly oak and a little bit of ash mixed in. Really good, dry, ready to burn firewood. There's only one thing left to do on this load before we take off. That's to add my complimentary bundle of kindling. Throw it in the back of the trailer here, and we're gonna hit the road. First delivery's done. Now we're going to start loading up for the second delivery. It's also 1 full cord. I was just pulling back down the driveway to the yard here, and as I pulled down the driveway, there were 3 3 deer standing down here in the yard right next to the wood pile. So gave me a little reminder that it's time for me to get in the woods now that things are cooling off a little bit. I think I got to put some meat in the freezer this year, so that's going to be coming soon, and Brady will be joining me in a deer stand this year, so that should be exciting. But anyway, let's get to loading some wood. All right, there's another cord loaded and the icing on the cake. Back on the road. All right, everybody, so I picked up a hitchhiker on the way to that last delivery there. Picked up Taylor at the school from her volleyball practice. So she went with me on that delivery, even though I didn't get any footage of the dump. I was kind of backed into a tight place around the corner of the neighbor's house there. But everything went well, and we are done for the day.
Yep.
So guess what? This weekend is the Paul Bunyan Show. Today is Wednesday when this video comes out, and this Friday morning I will be leaving for Ohio to come meet a lot of you and hang out with a lot of you at the Paul Bunyan Show. But make sure that you check out the Friday night live stream on the Back 40 Firewood channel, because I will be there. I will be on the live stream, and we've got a couple different surprises that are going to pop up during the stream. So make sure you check that out. It's going to be an exciting time. I can't wait to report back to you on how it went. I may even go live while I'm there for a little bit and show you all the equipment, and maybe talk to some people while we're there. So thanks for joining us today. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll see you next time.